WFSB, Connecticut's most watched local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News at noon.
Good afternoon. It's 12 o'clock on this January 1st, 2013. I'm Olessa Stepanova in for Kara Sundlin. The House is expected to vote later today on legislation to prevent tax increases for most Americans. In dramatic late-night fashion, the Senate overwhelmingly passed a bill that retroactively stops the nation from going over the so-called fiscal cliff. Channel 3's Danielle Nottingham has the latest.
House Speaker John Boehner is promising a quick vote on the fiscal cliff bill passed early this morning in the Senate or an amended alternative. Boehner has not endorsed the agreement, which may face opposition from conservative lawmakers in the House. Vice President Joe Biden negotiated the deal with Senate Republicans over the weekend. The agreement makes Bush-era tax cuts permanent for individuals making under $400,000 a year and families making under $450,000. It also postpones harsh across-the-board spending cuts for a few months.
This shouldn't be the model for how we do things around here, but I think we can say we've done some good for the country.
Middle-class families will wake up today to the assurance that their taxes won't go up $2,200 each.
President Obama praised the Senate agreement and urged the House to act without delay. Capitol Hill is quiet right now after an unprecedented late night. Normally, these halls would stay empty on New Year's Day, but both the House and Senate are in session with billions of dollars in spending cuts and tax increases on the line. Lawmakers missed the January 1st deadline, but the bill will be retroactive. Many taxpayers across the nation are frustrated lawmakers waited so long to act.
The whole system is flawed. It's terrible that it takes this long to get something done that affects so many people.
It has been a very frustrating process.
If the measure becomes law, it will be the first significant bipartisan tax increase since 1990. Danielle Nottingham, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
A year ago today, a fire began that would change the landscape of Main Street in Somers and leave a historic church in ashes. The Somers Congregational United Church of Christ caught fire on New Year's night. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Kim Lucy is live at the mobile newsroom this afternoon to tell us what's been done in that year.
Yes, sir. The church's pastor told us this morning that if you would have asked him 1 year ago today where he thought he would be today, while here overseeing the rebuilding of his historic church would have been the last thing on his mind. But take a look. The rebuilding is happening here behind me. The landmark building where it once stood, you can see the concrete now being built up for the new foundation that has been poured and is going in. But January 1st is always going to be a difficult day for this congregation.
I've found myself over the last couple of days thinking a lot about the fire, the night, the next day, how everything changed.
Reverend Dr. Barry Cass has been dealt the difficult task of leading his congregation through a year of grief, healing, and forgiveness. On January 1st last year, Cass got a call from the neighbors here on Main Street around 11:30 at night, telling him smoke was pouring out of the steeple. This eyewitness video of that night shows how ferocious the flames became so quickly, leaving the church, built in 1842, nothing but a charred foundation. Now a new foundation is emerging. The congregation has been holding services at Johnson Memorial Hospital, and the church offices and daycare have been able to move back into the addition behind the former meeting house. Fire investigators have never been able to figure out what started those flames, but that's not something church members are thinking about.
We're really trying to move past it. There's nothing that can be done. Whatever caused it, it's gone. And we need to rebuild, and that's where the focus needs to be.
Now, the Reverend says donations have been pouring in here for the rebuilding fund, but they still haven't settled with the insurance company to figure out just how much money they're going to be getting for that new church. Now, as for how it's going to look, we did have a chance to take a look at the drawings today. The Reverend says they want to get it to as close to how the historic church looked. Of course, they do have to bring some things up to code now with the rebuilding, so it'll be as close as they could get to the old one with those slight changes. We're live in Somers with the mobile newsroom. Kim Lucy, Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Now to the a search for answers in the Newtown school shooting. Connecticut's Attorney General says he sympathizes with the families affected by the massacre, but says the state is not responsible for any harm inflicted on survivors. Attorney General George Jepsen released a statement in a response to a New Haven attorney, Irving Pinsky's request to sue the state for $100 million. On behalf of the parents of a 6-year-old survivor, Connecticut has immunity against most lawsuits unless it gives a party permission to sue. Pinsky says he may withdraw the lawsuit. We'll have much more on this story starting tonight on Eyewitness News at 5. Sandy Hook Elementary students and staff will be back in classes at a repurposed school on Thursday. Desks, backpacks, and other supplies have been taken to the former Chalk Hill Middle School in nearby Monroe. Families have been coming in to see the new school, and an open house is scheduled for Wednesday. Experts say it's important for children to get back to a routine. One person was hurt after an early morning crash in Westbrook. Emergency crews say the driver of the truck struck a utility pole on Route 153, and then the pole landed on the back of that truck. The victim was taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Connecticut Light and Power was called in to do repairs.
They have to replace the pole. The pole did have a transformer, so they're going to have to get one in here.
Police are still investigating that crash. Stonington police say a girl who was reported missing has been found safe in Rhode Island. An Amber Alert went out for 9-year-old Daisha Rhodes last night. She was found with 42-year-old Daniel Candalis in Richmond, Rhode Island. Candalis has been arrested. Police are trying to figure out his relationship to the girl. And state police need your help finding a missing teen in Enfield. Police say 17-year-old Brayshaw Russell was walking from her home to the Enfield Square Mall around 5 yesterday afternoon. She might have been wearing a black jacket and jeans. She has a scar on her lip from a former piercing. She's about 5 feet 6 inches tall and weighs around 240 pounds. They say if you've seen her, please call state police. Hartford police are looking for a man they say has been missing since the day after Christmas. Jesus Garcia was last seen on Ward Street wearing a black beanie cap, long tan coat, brown pants, and tan Nike sneakers. He's in need of medication daily. They say he has longer hair than is seen in this picture and likely has it in a ponytail. Anyone who may have seen him is asked to call Hartford police. New at noon, 3 people are facing charges after state police say the trio got into a fight outside the Bridgeport courthouse. Jose and Jessica Gulop were charged with the assault and breach of peace. Tyrell Sims also charged with threatening and breach of peace. All 3 people are due in court next week. The new year has brought changes for new adult drivers in the state. The Department of Motor Vehicles will require anyone over the age of 18 looking to get a license to hold a 3-month learner's permit before taking a road test. The Department of Motor Vehicles announced that requirement earlier this month. The DMV says highway safety and driving practice issues prompted this change. And it's going to cost you a little more to take Metro North trains here in Connecticut. Rate hikes begin today for riders. The fare increase of just over 5% was approved by the Connecticut Department of Transportation. This fare increase does not affect travel to and from stations within New York State. Still ahead, dozens of children have been killed in a New Year's stampede. Details are coming up next. And then more guns are showing up at airports. We'll reveal the startling numbers when Eyewitness News at noon returns.
From all of us in the Channel 3 newsroom,
Happy Holidays!
Feliz Navidad!
From all of us at Better Connecticut, Happy Holidays!
Special thanks to you, our viewers, for a wonderful year. Happy Holidays from Channel 3.
January 7th, Nancy O'Dell introduces her new co-anchor, CNN's Rob Marciano, on ET. Tonight at 7:30 in HD on Channel 3, your home for Eyewitness News.
Is that thing getting closer? Look how high that thing's going. Look out there. Look at the debris.
Give me the camera.
No, just drive. I've got it.
Zoom in. Zoom in.
I can't believe this is happening.
Oh, the size of that thing.
It's everywhere.
Are you getting this?
Yeah, I've got it. What was that?
It's the National Guard. How'd they get here so fast? I don't know.
Pull over. Pull over.
Do you have what it takes to head into the heart of the storm? Check out NationalGuard.com.
While Mr. Reese sits in prison, Mr. Finch is going back to school.
I'm your substitute teacher.
Can he save a student hacker from himself?
And why would you want to hide the fact that you're a genius? Why, indeed.
A new person of interest. Then, Get ready for the weird part. Nothing
Hidden cameras.
is what it seems.
Whatever's on these videos is likely to be startling.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm ever going to unsee any of that.
All new Elementary after Person of Interest, CBS Thursday.
We're the mattress professionals doing it right. Trust Sleepy's for the rest of your life.
Everywhere in Connecticut, this is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good afternoon. It's 12:10 and the New Year's celebration turned tragic in the Ivory Coast when at least 61 people were crushed to death and more than 200 people were injured. Rescue workers expect the death toll to rise and say the majority of those killed were between the age of 8 and 15. Partygoers were attending a firework display, and when the show was over, chaos erupted, resulting in a human stampede. An oil drilling ship off the coast of Alaska is in a tight spot this noon after it ran aground on an island. Today, the Coast Guard helicopter crews are flying out and working to salvage that ship. The oil rig broke loose from a towboat during a violent North Pacific storm. Officials say the vessel is carrying 150,000 gallons of diesel fuel. There was a special New Year's Eve celebration at the Vatican yesterday. Pope Benedict XVI held a year-end mass in St. Peter's Basilica. Thousands of people turned out to ring in 2013 with the Pope. His message to everyone was peace will prevail in the new year. A big banner hung high that read, "Stop Terrorism." Hillary Clinton is spending New Year's Day still in the hospital in New York. The Secretary of State is suffering from a blood clot located behind her ear and between the skull and the brain. Doctors are giving her blood thinners to help dissolve the clot. The clot formed after Clinton suffered a concussion at her home earlier in December. She's expected to make a full recovery. Still ahead, what does the future hold when it comes to gas prices? Why AAA thinks 2013 will be an affordable year for drivers.
Well, that's good news. Can we just do that story now? Take a look at these wind gusts. 24 miles an hour at Danbury, 22 in New Haven. It's making those temperatures feel oh so much chillier. And wait until you see where the numbers are headed tonight. Wow. I'll be back with the early morning forecast next.
Every station claims to have the best weather technology. Here's the truth.
Only Channel 3 has live Doppler radar in Connecticut.
When winter weather moves in, every second counts.
On your side, keeping you safe. Eyewitness News.
Oh yeah, the billion-degree burrito.
So how is it?
We're about to find out. So what's that?
Wendy's spicy Santa Fe. Plenty of heat. Without all that.
Are you crying?
Get spicy without getting singed. Wendy's new Spicy Santa Fe Cheeseburger. All the flavors of the Southwest on a cheddar jalapeno bun. Bringing flavor to your fire. That's Wendy's way.
Now that's better.
When people think about auto insurance, everybody has their own definition of value. If you're looking for the best value, call Amica. A great price is just the beginning. We'll also dig deeper and find every discount that you're eligible for, even some you might not know about. So call Amica now at 877-52-AMICA. A great price plus the coverage and service you deserve. That's the value of Amica Auto Insurance. How do you decide which auto insurance is right for you? It depends on your formula for value. That's why you should call Amica, because there are so many reasons to switch. We're a mutual company owned by our customers. So when you call, you talk directly to a company that always puts its customers first. So call 877-52-AMICA now and discover the full value of Amica Auto Insurance.
It was called nature's miracle mineral, asbestos, a material so popular it was used in everything from aircraft carriers to automobile brakes, exposing millions of workers to asbestos fibers. If you or someone you know worked in the trades and has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, find the best care available, then call us. For nearly 2 decades, we've been fighting for people with asbestos-related diseases. Call us at 1-800-950-MESO. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
30,000 people crowded the Queen Victoria Park near Niagara Falls last night to ring in the new year. Visitors listened to live bands and waited for a midnight fireworks show above the falls. And fireworks filled the air above the Strip in Las Vegas. The displays launched from 8 rooftops and lasted for nearly 10 minutes. And after the parties, someone's got to clean up. Take a look at the scene in Times Square. More than 1 million people showed up for the big ball drop, leaving a huge mess behind. With all the confetti, party supplies, and concessions, the cleanup crews have their work cut out for them.
Now, Channel 3 early warning weather with meteorologist Scott Haney.
All right, Mark has the day off today. It is 12:15. We have some sun mixing with those clouds. Take a look at the headlines for today. It's not a bad start to the first day of 2013. I love it. 2012 is gone. Temperatures are going to really drop tonight, and it's going to stay cold for quite some time. Early morning pinpoint Doppler, we had a couple of very light scattered snow showers out there. You can even see them. Look at this little tiny guy right there, that little bullseye. That is between Wallingford and North Branford. You might see a snowflake down there, or maybe even a raindrop. But really, early morning pinpoint Doppler is quiet, and it's going to stay quiet for a bit of time to come. So that's good news. Temperatures are doing pretty good. I mean, 35 is the normal daytime high. We've already got 41 in New Haven. We had that temperature when we came in this morning. It really hasn't budged. 39 in Bridgeport. These are not bad numbers. But that wind does make it feel a little bit cooler. You're going to notice these gusts. 22-mile-an-hour wind gust in Chester, a 22-mile-an-hour wind gust in New Haven, 24-mile-an-hour wind gust in Danbury. So you got to subtract about 10 degrees from those temperatures out there. It actually feels like it's in the mid to upper 20s and low 30s. So as you're stepping out the door, make sure you bundle on up. All right, beautiful. I love this iCam. This is New Milford. Isn't that just picture perfect? Little snowpack there. Looks so beautiful on this first day of January. As we take a look at Hartford, you can also see the snowpack there. Absolutely gorgeous. Everybody's resting after a festive night. And here's our New Haven iCam. That's looking pretty good too. That tree, I think, stays up until January 6th. I'm pretty sure. And Middletown, you guys, I just drove through there about an hour ago. Everything is moving along nicely on Route 9, and you got a little snowpack there on the roofs, so everything is looking good. Now you can see that camera shaking from our vantage point here in Rocky Hill looking towards Hartford, so it is a little bit breezy out there, and that's what's making it feel oh so much cooler. And as we take a look at Waterbury, overcast skies, so the sun is trying to do its best out there to break on through, so temperatures really aren't going to go too much further. You can see where all of this cloud coverage is coming from the northwest, almost due west, and there are snow showers back through central New York, upstate New York, and all of this is trying to funnel its way in. So if you see a snow shower today, don't go, oh my goodness, he didn't say that. There might just be a brief little snow shower, maybe a flurry or two, but that's it. The main storm, this huge rain event that's just making it nasty for New Year's Day down to the south, that is going to glide out and away from us as we continue to get these polar fronts coming in from Canada. So we're really set up with some pretty dry weather. The only thing is those temperatures are really going to drop. You'll notice the flow here. Everything is out of the northwest, and that cold Canadian air just continues to pour on in. So your forecast for today, temperatures might climb a degree or two warmer. We're going to be in the mid to upper 30s, low 40s along the shoreline. Not a bad day. And then, oh wait, I want to show you tonight's lows because that's impressive. And it's not in it skipped in my show. Hang on a minute. Single digits. One single digit. All right, look at Salisbury. 9, 10, 12, 13. These are the overnight lows tonight. It's going to get cold and mostly clear. This makes it cold too. All right, so there's your 7-day forecast. You'll notice overnight lows pretty much stay put. They're going to stay cold, and daytime highs stay cold as well. Chance for some scattered snow showers on Friday. And then Saturday, Sunday, Monday, we do start to warm those temperatures up, getting a little bit above normal by Monday, 40 degrees. So that's not so bad, and no major storms in sight.
Well, that's good at least.
Yeah, well, I know you like the snow.
I like
sorry
the snow.
about that.
I'd rather have snow and not have 9-degree temperatures.
Yeah, it's going to be chilly tonight. You have to put that heat on.
Is it too cold to snow?
Never too cold to snow, even at absolute zero.
Oh, okay.
I think I've answered this question 800 times in my career. I'll have to go check it again.
Double check.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Scott. Now to the aftermath of Superstorm Sandy. The Superstorm Sandy relief concert raised more than $50 million, and that money is making its way to those who need it most. The Robin Hood Foundation held the concert back in December at Madison Square Garden. More than 160 organizations in the tri-state area have received shares of the relief funds to rebuild. And gasoline prices averaged the highest ever in 2012. Yay, the nationwide average price for a gallon of regular gas hit $3.60 in 2012. According to AAA, that's up 9 cents from the previous record high of $3.51 a gallon that was set in 2011. AAA does have some good news, though, for motorists. For the new year, gas prices are expected to be lower in 2013 thanks to rising domestic oil production and decreased demand. The average price for a gallon of regular gas in our state right now, $3.68. 2 people are killed in California after New Year's Eve celebrations turned deadly. What police say happened that ended up canceling a city party for thousands of people.
Need a new look for the new year?
That's so pretty.
Next Live, please, Matthew Morrison, plus Whitney Cummings.
Tomorrow at 9 and HD on Channel 3. Your home for Eyewitness News.
Pictures of places we won't leave behind, like memories frozen in time. This is where my heart lives, where journeys end and dreams begin, where I never feel alone. This is home.
The I Promise Pledge is a life-saving commitment to be a safe driver.
So keep your hands on the wheel, your eyes on the road, and don't be a distracted driver.
For over 55 years, our focus has been news.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Dennis House.
And I'm Denise DeCenzo.
Today, that focus is sharper than ever. You see it in our people, our life-saving technology. You see it every time a story breaks.
I've been hearing that the man...
People ask us what drives us. The answer is simple.
You. Good evening, I'm Denise DeCenzo.
And I'm Dennis House.
Count on the experience of Denise DeCenzo, Dennis House, and Bruce DePriest. Weeknights at 6. Channel 3 Eyewitness News is on your side.
I come from a family of good cops, great cops. Proud of that.
CBS Friday. Tom Selleck returns in Blue Bloods.
I took an oath to protect this city. Whatever faith I had, it's gone, sis.
It's not gone. It's just buried, that's all. We can stay positive.
You're a terrific father and boss.
There's no cop that has ever backed his men more than my father.
New Blue Bloods, CBS Friday.
Happy New Year from all of us at Channel 3.
A New Year's Eve celebration turned deadly in California last night. Police say 5 people were shot, including at least 2 who have died. About 40,000 people were gathering to watch a fireworks show when the shooting happened near a cafe just before 9 o'clock. A Sacramento police helicopter was circling overhead to announce that the midnight cancellation of the fireworks had taken place. No arrests have been made at this time. Same-sex couples in Maryland are holding marriage ceremonies as gay marriage became legal today. Couples have been able to get marriage licenses since December 6th, but they did not take effect until January 1st. 9 states and the District of Columbia have approved same-sex marriage. And more people seem to be taking weapons into airports. The Transportation Security Administration reports 1,500 firearms were found at all the nation's airports combined in 2012. That's up 200 guns from the year before. In fact, Atlanta leads the nation for having the most weapons seized at any airport. The TSA says officers discovered 100 firearms inside carry-on bags at the checkpoints at the Hartsfield-Jackson Airport. Agents say many people will tell them they forgot the weapon was in their bag.
I can't imagine forgetting that I have a firearm on my person.
The Dallas-Fort Worth Airport was next on the list with 75 guns confiscated this year. Bradley International Airport only had 5 guns confiscated. Friends and family continue to mourn the death of Sanando Sen, the man who died after being pushed in front of a New York subway last week. Funeral services for the 46-year-old man from India was held yesterday in Queens. Friends say he had a quiet strength and will be missed. A judge ordered Erica Menendez, the woman who pushed Sen, to be held without bail until she's completed a mental evaluation. Still ahead, did you drink too much last night? What vegetables some researchers are recommending to cure a hangover? But first, here are some people with something to celebrate today.
As you may know, we have a lot of fun making memorable TV commercials. But the truth be told, we take our business very seriously.
Yes, we do. So stop into Fast 80 today in West Hartford or Orange, Connecticut for fast cash and the highest prices paid.
I joined the National Guard and never thought I'd be saving lives.
It's more than money for college. It's built my character and given me a sense of accomplishment. Now I'm on a career path, and I'm the leader of my team.
I put on the uniform, and I have a whole new outlook on life.
Country, community, family. That's what matters most to me. If that matters to you, go to 1-800-GO-GUARD.com.
While Mr. Reese sits in prison, Mr. Finch is going back to school.
I'm your substitute teacher.
Can he save a student hacker from himself?
And why would you want to hide the fact that you're a genius?
Why, indeed.
A new person of interest. Then, get ready for the weird part. Nothing
Hidden cameras.
is what it seems.
Whatever's on these videos is likely to be startling.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm ever going to unsee any of that.
All new Elementary after Person of Interest, CBS Thursday.
Dennis House, now joined by Hannah Daniels. Get late-breaking stories and all the day's news. Eyewitness News is on your side. Weeknights at 11.
We are primarily a precious metal dealer, specializing in coins, gold, platinum, silver, and diamonds. And that is our expertise. For fast cash and the highest prices paid, MC Fast 80 in West Hartford and Orange.
It's 12:26. The Food and Drug Administration has approved the first new tuberculosis drug in more than 4 decades. Johnson & Johnson's Certuro is used to fight a hard-to-treat strain of tuberculosis that has not responded to other medications. The FDA cautions that the drug carries risks of potentially deadly heart problems and should be prescribed carefully by doctors. And if you drank a little too much last night, asparagus might cure your hangover.
Really?
Scientists in Korea analyzed the vegetable's chemical compounds. They believe the amino acid and the minerals in asparagus can replenish the body and help alleviate a hangover. The study also found asparagus can help protect the liver from toxins, including alcohol.
It also reminds you 3 hours later that you had it.
I knew you'd like this story.
It's like my favorite. I'm like, oh yeah, I had asparagus for lunch. Take a look, New Haven. Look at that.
Oh, look at that.
A little snow ducky down there.
Make a snow angel.
Make a little snow angel for us on the New Haven Green. Thank you, Snow Ducky. We appreciate that.
It's very so tranquil. It's so pretty.
Isn't it? Doesn't it look like it's a classic New England scene? Just beautiful. All right, it's going to stay cold, so grab those winter woolies. Overnight low tonight about 13. But it's going to be colder in the outlying suburbs, and then the rest of the week, chilly. No major storms in sight, though. That's good news.
That's good news. Thank you for sharing part of your day with us. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Why watch Eyewitness News this morning?
We're first with breaking news.
On the air before the other stations are even on the scene.
Watch Eric Parker, Irene O'Connor, Olessa Stepanova, and Scott Haney. Connecticut's #1 news is on your side with Eyewitness News this morning.
The Fitathlon Challenge at Rentschler Field. Test your strength, endurance, and mental toughness. 15 to 20 obstacles over a grueling 5K. Come alone or bring your team. From newbie to competitor, everyone can do it. An obstacle course for the kids. Food, music, and wellness make it fun for the whole family. Register today at fitathlonchallenge.com. No mud, water, fire, or electrocution, just sweat. April 13th, the Fitathlon Challenge at Rentschler Field. Save home heating. Repaired quickly, repaired correctly. No heat? No good. Tri-City will diagnose any heating problem for just $49 and tell you exactly what's wrong before we begin any work. Call Tri-City today.
Pictures of places we won't leave behind, like memories frozen in time. These streets are old friends that carry us on, right back to where we belong. The songs to remind you of the people who need you, to make up the soundtracks of our lives. This is where my heart lives, where journeys
from all of us at Channel 3.
Happy New Year from all of us at CBS.
Hi, Charlie.
Hi, my baby. Look at them. Millions of stars. Untold galaxies. In an ever-expanding universe. You know, when you think about it, our problems seem so insignificant, don't they?
And yet, you can't let go of them.
Well, I can't rearrange the universe, but I certainly can control my world.
Well, if that were true, Nicholas and Victoria would be joining us tonight.
Sweetheart, are you upset that we just have Michael and Lauren over?
No, not really. I just have to wonder how many special occasions the kids might miss because you want to get your company back. Now, if they don't make it to our wedding, I will be upset.
I will get my company back. And I will get our children back.
Is that your New Year's resolution?
It's a promise.